May 14, 1948, was a pivotal day in human history. On that afternoon, a car carrying Jewish leader, David Ben-Gurion, rushed down Rothschild Boulevard in Tel Aviv and stopped at the Tel Aviv Art Museum. 4 o'clock was only minutes away, and inside, Jewish leaders and press representatives from all over the world was assembled in an auditorium, awaiting his arrival. Ben-Gurion bounded up the steps. Precisely at 4 o'clock, local time, he stepped to the podium, called the meeting to order, and read these historic words. This right is the natural right of the Jewish people to be masters of their own fate, like all other nations, in their own sovereign state. Accordingly, we are here assembled, and by virtue of our natural and historic right, and on the strength of the resolution of the United Nations General Assembly, hereby declare the establishment of a Jewish state in Eretz-Israel, to be known as the State of Israel. 6,000 miles away, President Truman sat in the Oval Office reading a statement. He signed his approval and noted the time, 6:10 p.m., 1 minute. Later, the White House press secretary read the release to the world. The United States had officially recognized the birth of the modern nation of Israel. Isaiah's prophecy, written 740 years before the birth of Jesus, declared, "Who has heard such a thing? Who has seen such things? Shall the earth be made to give birth in one day? Or shall a nation be born at once?" Isaiah 66:8. Secular Israel was born that day. In the past 7 decades, this tiny nation, with a population of 8.5 million, has become the geopolitical center of the world. Why is this so? Why is a fledgling country with a total land space smaller than New Jersey mentioned in the nightly news more than any other nation except the United States? To answer these questions, we must understand what happened on that day in 1948, what is happening today in Israel, and how these events affect the entire world. For answers, we turn not to the evening news or the front page of the newspaper, but to the Bible. The Abrahamic covenant. The story of Israel begins in the book of Genesis. The Almighty God of heaven and earth made a binding covenant with Abraham, who was to be the father of the Jewish nation. The provisions of that covenant are recorded in Genesis 12:2, 1-3, in which God said, "Get out of your country, from your family, and from your father's house, to a land that I will show you. I will make you a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse him who curses you. And in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed." God's covenant with Abraham consists of 4 unconditional promises. First, God promised to bless Abraham. That promise has been lavishly kept. Abraham has been blessed in many ways. For thousands of years, Abraham has been revered by Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike. Second, God promised to bring out of Abraham a great nation. Currently, more than 6 million Jews live in Israel alone, for another 5 million live in the United States, and a significant Jewish population remains scattered throughout the world. Third, God promised to make Abraham a blessing to many. Just think what the world would be missing had it not been for the Jews. Without the Jews, we would have no Bible. Without the Jews, there would be no 10 Commandments, the basis of jurisprudence among most of the civilized nations of the world. Without the Jews, there would have been no Jesus. Without the Jewish Jesus, there would be no Christianity. Fourth, God promised to bless those who blessed Israel and curse those who cursed her. He has kept that promise faithfully. I believe one of the reasons America has been blessed as a nation is that she has become a homeland for the Jewish people. Here Jews can retain their religion. Here they have economic, social, and educational opportunities. Today, the Christian Church in America stands firmly between the Jewish people and the repetition of any further anti-Semitism. God's covenant with Abraham reveals both the mission and future of God's chosen nation. Studying these promises will give us great help in understanding the present unrest in the Middle East, the future of the Israeli nation, and how the destiny of today's nations will be affected by their stance toward God as chosen people. Please subscribe our EVM production for more videos.